Good evening, everybody. Welcome back inside our home field Credit Union Studio B as we present this week's edition of the Milford Informer. I am your host, Tim Coet. This week on the show, we are happy to introduce you to one of the newest medical facilities in town, one that recently opened its doors just across the parking lot from our own Milford TV studios. Let's show you the details on that story and everything else we have coming up tonight in our top stories rundown. Tonight, we'll share the details on HealthSource, America's Chiropractor, and their brand new facility that just had its grand opening here in Milford. Also tonight, we will give you a second look at a piece that aired on The Informer last year, featuring Cornerstone at Milford's dementia-friendly experience. And also tonight, we'll share an original song from the Cast Irons as a sneak preview to their full concert performance that will premiere soon right here on Milford TV. HealthSource, America's Chiropractor, now has a new home right here in Milford. This nationally known name in chiropractic medicine just opened up a brand new franchise right here inside Milford Square Plaza, and I was happy to travel over to their grand opening event last week to learn more about their facility and the services they will be offering the people of Milford. A brand new chiropractic facility just had its grand opening a few doors down from our Milford TV studios. HealthSource, America's Chiropractor, has been servicing patients nationwide, and they are now ready to help Milford area residents get well heading into the new year.
We're a company of franchises that are generally owned by doctors of chiropractic. And so they are able to run their own clinics, manage and service their own patients. However, HealthSource can come in and we help them manage from marketing and training, helping them grow their business, being able to be business consultants for them so that they can focus on really being great doctors, and then we can help them run their business.
HealthSource is the chiropractic franchise which provides a comprehensive treatment. It's not only adjustments. If anybody has gone to chiropractor, they'll think, oh, it's an adjustment. It's not. It provides with comprehensive. It means like adjustments, rehab, supplements, nutrition, weight loss, massage, anywhere you want, depending on what's your situation is. And we have about 300 locations throughout USA right now, and we are growing.
The team at HealthSource is excited to bring their own unique approach to chiropractic medicine, one that they believe is the best in the industry at providing patients with comprehensive care.
We not only have adjustment rooms, but we also have, the Progressive Rehab Center, and we also have like our Wellness Center, which is where we sell pillows and supplements and things that will help you get better for the long term. So our goal is to make sure we give a comprehensive exam, which also includes x-rays, so we get the whole picture as you come in and find out what's wrong from a very, very core standpoint. So we're just not fixing the pain, we're actually fixing or helping with getting you better from a holistic standpoint.
With the HealthSource model, when you go to a regular chiropractor, they typically do the adjustment and they put you on regular therapy, and they say, well, 3 times a week for 4 weeks, and we'll see you like just 3 times a week. And normally you get better. But the thing is, with here, we put you 3 times a week for 4 weeks, and we put you into strengthening. Like say you have neck pain. We adjust you and we put you on therapy. We do specific exercises because we want you better. Like when you were a kid, like 20 years old, and then you kind of hurt yourself, and then you can do your normal thing. We want you back when you're 20 years old.
There's a lot of things going on right now in the pain management. If you hear health and wellness, it's like for all this opioid crisis going on, we need to have people getting more healthier and less on pain medication, I guess. So we can relieve that. We can providing the great exercise and nutrition supplements, whichever doctor provides it.
We're basically like a chiropractor, physical therapist, nutritionist, all in one. Plus we have digital x-ray to see where we're going, So we're basically everything. Plus we have orthotics, we have mojo feet. We have that too, Plus we sell cervical pillows and we have lumbar support. We have like the super brace, Aspen brace, that basically it's a low back brace that decompresses your spine too. So I mean, we got it all.
As part of their grand opening, HealthSource is providing a great incentive for those in the community who are looking to take advantage of what they have to offer.
Because of the grand opening we just opened, we have the first quarter. It's from January to March. We are offering the $32 exam for any new patient, which includes the whole chiropractic exam, x-rays, supplements, anything necessary, which usually costs $190. But so we are offering for $32 for the new patients, which is a great incentive. Just come and check yourself out. There is nothing wrong. You're not gonna get hurt or anything. You just, whatever problems you have, you can show that, and the doctor will guide you to the right direction, and we can go from there.
State Representative Brian Murray was present for the grand opening ceremonies, and he gave HealthSource a ringing endorsement as an important asset for the Milford community.
I think we're very fortunate to have this kind of a treatment facility in our town, in such a beautiful, beautiful area. Again, thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for welcoming this new business to our community. You know, wellness and health is such an important issue today. And I think that when you look at what's happening in terms of society with the opioid crisis, there's such a greater realization that wellness isn't dependent upon medications, and it isn't dependent upon drugs. And I think you can come here, and just from the brief presentation that I had, it's such a comprehensive, interrelated treatment of the body. And the realization that it's all connected and all related, and it can be treated without drugs.
The entire team at HealthSource are anxious to show the greater Milford area that when you walk through their doors, they will do everything they can to get you feeling like your best self.
A lot of people know about chiropractor, but a lot of people don't know that what is chiropractic is, because maybe they haven't gone there. But this is the best way to look at it. If anybody can go to our website and you can look at the variety of services we offer. It's not only chiropractic, but it's a lot of other benefits to that.
At the end of the day, what the most important thing is, are you being able to do what you want to do? So if that means you're older and you want to be able to be on the floor with your grandkids playing, can you get up and down really well? If you love to hike or run, we want to get you back to doing what you love to do. So the philosophy is not just to get you out of pain, but to get you doing what you love to do.
The folks over at Cornerstone at Milford have been graciously sponsoring programming here at Milford TV ever since we first opened our doors, and they have been the official sponsor of this very program, the Milford Informer, for all 227 editions that we have aired since 2014. We are looking forward to bringing you some new and informative content directly from the Cornerstone staff in 2019. In the meantime, let's take a look back at a collaboration between Milford TV and Cornerstone from last year that provided insight into Cornerstone's dementia-friendly experience.
Hi, I'm Christine Matier. I am with Cornerstone at Milford. I'm the Community Relations Director, and thank you for having us here today and allowing us to share this experience with you.
Yeah, it's been great to take the folks here from Milford TV and put them through our dementia experience as a way to try to build awareness about what dementia is and to give you kind of a feeling of what it's like to have it. This is part of Cornerstone at Milford's dementia-friendly initiative that we've launched about 2014. And it's a multi-part program that's intended to help build empathy and awareness of dementia and to talk about what it is, what it isn't, how to communicate with people who have it, and how to let people kind of feel what it feels like to have it. So what we were able to do today was to bring our experience to you, and we geared you up and asked you to go through a number of activities. You guys have now gone through our dementia experience, and what did it feel like?
It was definitely interesting. I don't know how I feel about being able to not find my balance with like things in your feet shoes. That was interesting, for me at least, because I also hate pebbles in my shoes. So,
It's not a good feeling.
no.
Did you find that the most challenging?
That and hearing, not being able to kind of fully hear the directions. I feel it was hard for
Right.
me to follow through with the tasks, just because I didn't quite hear everything because of all the other things stimulating my ability to hear.
Right. Now imagine that you have a loved one who has dementia, and you come in and you tell them, you know, I want you to get dressed, and we're going to go have breakfast, and we're going to do this, and they can't hear, just as you couldn't, and so the world becomes very confusing for them.
And it might not just be hearing, it might just be the processing of all that information
Right.
as well. So part of the different gear that we put on you is to help make those processes a little bit harder. So hearing was a little bit more difficult, and seeing things was a little bit more difficult, and thinking through a task was a little bit more difficult. And I know we gave you guys 4 tasks to start off with, and you right away kind of forgot at least one of them. So.
Yeah, I was just overwhelmed by the lack of hearing plus the noise that I was hearing. So it just kind of it just annoyed me. And immediately I was just like, okay, I know I have to do this one task, but then I was so annoyed by the noise I was hearing that I forgot like exactly what I was supposed to do for the other tasks.
And annoyance is a very important thing to kind of keep in mind as well, because how does that affect your mood when you're annoyed?
Right, yeah.
You know,
Oh, I could completely see myself getting angry, frustrated. I think I would have a little bit more empathy now for people in that situation. If I see someone struggling like that,
Right.
I think I can understand what they're going through a little bit more.
Right. And when somebody is feeling that way, they can't often express what they're going through or share what they're feeling. So we might have a resident who is frustrated and upset, and we don't know necessarily why, and we have to go through all of these things to figure out what is that one little thing that could be bothering them. And it could have been the pebble in the shoe, you know, or the shoes on backwards. And so it really throws you for a loop. And it was interesting watching you both do the tasks, because you could see that you were struggling with what you were supposed to do next. I mean, we have your checks here, which is interesting. So we gave you the task to write the bills.
Yeah, you were supposed to pay the electric company.
We got
There's
one
one check to the electric company for the wrong amount.
for the wrong amount.
There's a check to a customer.
It says test customer for but the same amounts almost. And
Almost.
then Rob wrote a check for $1 million to himself.
I imagine that was easier.
But what was interesting when I was watching is that Rob, you didn't even look at the bills. You just started writing checks
I
to
forgot
yourself.
what I was supposed to do.
So again, put yourself in the place of somebody who has dementia, and the table was confusing. There were papers, right? They go to
There
the
was several
table.
other bills that were there.
They can't see. They have these thoughts all going through their mind, and now they have to write a bill.
Yeah, and then I ripped the check, which
That's not going to help.
I can't even use that $1 million check.
Because you were struggling. I saw
Right.
you were struggling because your fingers, you
Yeah.
couldn't move your fingers to tear the checks properly.
Yeah, that was frustrating too, writing, and I had to really look, because I'm wearing the glasses, so I really had to concentrate to write just my name.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other interesting thing is that when you were filling the pill bottles, you were great. Like, you were looking at the bottles and filling them. I don't know. Did you struggle with where they needed to go?
Yes, because it said two once a day.
Right.
So I wasn't sure if I needed to fill both rows because it was 2 weeks of
Yeah.
of meds. But yeah, I just didn't know how many
Right.
to like really
And-
focus on.
Yeah. And again, Rob was doing it, and he didn't even look at the bottles. So again, imagine
Just
if
Making
you,
a little cocktail.
Right,
for the
but
week, yeah. No, but honestly, I got so frustrated in the first task. I just wanted to make breakfast that I didn't even care about the other tasks. I
Right.
was like, oh, I can't make breakfast now. Well,
Right.
Yeah.
So, and imagine if you're home alone and you have dementia and you have to take your own medications. You can see how so many elderly can end up in the hospital by taking too much, not enough.
Dropping some and not realizing they had dropped it, filling it wrong the first time, so then you're taking it wrong later.
Just trying to pick up a pill was
Yeah.
hard enough.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I had to like kind of push them into my
Right.
hand.
We
take
do
it-
this often, and we have to bring a broom usually to sweep up. When you're doing like a large group, there's
Yeah.
pills everywhere.
There is. I mean,
It's
so
hard
you-
to close the bottle with
Yeah.
the gloves on, and
I mean, we take it for granted, right? We just go over to a pill bottle, you know, you can just open it up and take your pill and you close it up and you put it away. But now they're home alone, they have to read the label, how often are they taking it? You know, they have to make sure they're taking it, they have to open the bottle. You know, there's all these steps that we forget about. Grabbing the pill was a challenge. So it's not just simple as take your medication.
I think a staggering statistic that we had learned anyway is that while there are communities like Cornerstone at Milford that can really provide a lot of opportunities to help people who live with dementia, the majority of them, 75% of them, live at home alone, and a lot of them are undiagnosed, so they're not even getting the support that they need from their doctors or loved ones and whatnot as well. So these are issues that are things they're going to face every day. Can I make myself a meal 3 times a day? Can I take my meds maybe 3 times a day? Am I able to maintain the lights in my house because I'm paying my bills on time? Is that a problem? What am I wearing? Am I wearing the same clothes every single day? And then the other problems that kind of come along with that, you know, am I getting ill more often, or am I dealing with being isolated, not talking to people anymore?
if any companies or groups or organizations want you to do this demonstration with them, how would they contact you, and what do you have a schedule for this, or how does they go about doing that?
We try to work around their schedule as much as possible. We try to be very flexible that way, because we know that, you know, if we're dealing with firemen, they are working on different schedules. If we're working with banking, we will go to them, and we definitely would encourage them to call the community. They can call Cornerstone at Milford at 508-473-0035, and they can ask for myself, Christine, or anybody at the community would be happy to help them, and we could schedule it around their schedule.
And if they don't have the space to host it, we can host it at Cornerstone at Milford. We have a lot more information about this training and the other trainings that we offer as part of this Dementia Friendly Massachusetts program at seniorlivingresidences.com.
Here at Milford TV, one of our core missions is to give artists of all types a platform to showcase their work. One of the many ways we accomplish this is to invite local bands in to use our studio space to perform their original works in a live concert format. In the past, we've featured bands such as Bad Marriage, the Jennifer Teft Band, and We Were Astronauts. Soon we will be debuting our latest live band experience featuring the Cast Irons. Here is a sneak preview of the Cast Irons as they perform their original song, Unsettled.
a whole lot of life you'll be missing. You kinda dig and crawl through this emptiness. You find yourself in the end. I'm a little unsettled. I'm a little unsettled. I'm a little unsettled. I'm a little
This past week was a tough one for both of the Milford High School basketball teams. Let's start with the boys. After enjoying an 8-day layoff, the team was back in action on the road last Friday, visiting one of their biggest Davenport rivals in the Foxborough Warriors. Foxborough was able to activate their outside shooting early to take the lead, but opportunities at the free throw line would keep Milford within striking distance. It would stay just a 2-possession game after the first quarter, but the Warriors would turn up the heat in the second, and that would allow them to open up a 31-21 lead at the break. Milford received strong offensive performances from Jordan Darling, who had 15 points, and Brendan Saylor, who chipped in 10, but in the end the Hawks could not overcome that halftime deficit. Milford would go on to lose to Foxborough by a final score of 49-41. Meanwhile, in the Milford gym, the Lady Hawks would host their counterparts from Foxborough. The Lady Warriors showed every bit of the talent that won them a Division II state championship last season. Caitlin Malika led the potent Warriors attack with 25 points. Foxborough would earn an overwhelming victory over Milford, taking the game by a final of 71-19. This past Tuesday, the girls remained at home where they'd face another difficult opponent in the Mansfield Lady Hornets. One of the bright spots in this game for Milford would be the play of Katie Maeda. The sequence really tells the story. She's able to fight her way down low to come away with Milford's first points from the floor to keep the game close early. Then as Mansfield moves the ball up the floor, Maeda is there again. This time she's able to deflect the pass and then win possession. Maeda would tally 9 points on the night, but Mansfield would showcase a diverse scoring attack. 13 different players would find the score sheet for Mansfield, and they would go on to defeat Milford 65-22. For the Milford boys, they would take on a Mansfield team that advanced all the way to the D1 state championship a year ago. The Hawks would come out with great energy in the early stages of the game. After trailing by just 2 after the first quarter, Milford would match the Kelly Rex powerhouse shot for shot in the second and would ultimately carry a 24-21 lead into halftime. The third quarter would play out nearly identical to the second, sending the teams into the final 8 minutes with Milford in front by a score of 38-36. But with their home crowd behind them, Mansfield would turn it on late, outscoring Milford 26-15. Mansfield would win it 62-53, sending Milford to their second straight loss. After 2 games on the road, Milford is back home tonight against the North Attleboro Rocketeers. That game is currently streaming live on our educational feed, both on milfordtv.net and the Livestream app. We'll have highlights of that game as well as the boys' matchup with Taunton from this coming Tuesday here on The Informer next week. And now let's get to this week's upcoming events. Coming up on Saturday, join Thanks to Yanks as they prepare care packages for the troops. Thanks to Yanks will be hosting this event to put together care packages that will be sent to deployed military members and will also be putting together gift bags for veterans in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. Everyone in the Milford community is invited to help out. If you are interested in bringing a donation, suggested items include chapstick, brushes and combs, individual-sized tissues, books, magazines, and small games such as playing cards and puzzles. Thanks to Yanks is also looking for help with boxing up the care packages as well. The care package event is taking place on Saturday, January 12th at the Italian Vets from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And coming up on January 19th, you can help a Milford family in need by participating in the fundraiser Baskets for Brit. The event is taking place at the Central Tavern in Milford on January 19th and will feature a DJ, basket raffles, games, prizes, and a cash bar. Admission to the event is $20. All proceeds will benefit Brittany, a Milford resident currently fighting a fierce battle with cystic fibrosis. Again, Baskets for Brit will be taking place at the Central Tavern on January 19th. That's going to do it for this week. Next time on The Informer, we hope to be joined by representatives from Milford School's Hawk University program to hear about an important presentation they have coming up later this month. Thank you as always for tuning in. From all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coette saying have a great week. So long, everybody.